Hello and welcome to my knife channel. Well, what we have here is what Rough Ryder calls a French tickler. Word of advice, don't look for this knife by just typing in the word French tickler because you won't find it. You won't find a knife. Anyways, this is a toothpick type of knife with a lockback on it. Now, I saw Patty Potato Peelers had one a couple of years ago. He did a review, and he put a thumb stud on there. That'd be a good idea on this one. That would make this pretty cool. But it's got a nice long blade on it. It's more like the medium size toothpick. So got about a 3-inch blade or 7.5 centimeters. It has no half stop on it because it's a lockback, and it's got brass bolsters instead of nickel silver, so that kind of stands out. What I've noticed about it, see, like Rough Ryder usually has 3 sizes basically of toothpicks. They have the tiny toothpick, which is this little small blade that comes in handy for digging around things, cleaning out stuff, but it's fairly small size. Then they have a medium, which is this size, and this is a medium also, but it has a thicker belly blade on it if you look at it. So of course the length is the same, but the width, the thickness of the handle is thicker, and it's a little bit taller just to accommodate the blade itself, which I like a little bit thicker blade like this. It's got a good strong mid-back lock back here. It's a very good knife. I really like it. This is the large toothpick size. This one doesn't have a half stop or a lockback on it, but the blade is quite a bit larger, and this really could use a lockback on it, because the problem with a long blade like this on a traditional knife, non-locking, is if you forget that it's non-locking and you hold it like this, and it can come back, basically. I mean, you can feel this starting to move and stuff, but if you're gripping it like this and it happens to come back on you, there's no half stop to protect you. So you're better off losing that handle back here and holding up like this when you're doing a cut with a traditional knife. But anyway, that's that big knife. We're talking about this one here. Let's see what he weighs. This is in grams right now. 85 grams, or whoops, I should have just gone to the second one. 3 ounces, 3.004. So basically 3 ounces. Oh, I should turn that off. So yeah, it's a nice knife. I really like it. I think I paid like $13 for it. I'll have to check. Smoky Mountain Knife Works doesn't have this model in stock anymore. They don't list it, so you have to get it on secondary, like eBay sellers and stuff. But they're out there, and it's a nice knife. I really like it. It's not too heavy. It's slender. It's got a nice long blade on it. It's got a lockback for people that are afraid about knives. This was a lockback that got me. That didn't protect me. So a lot of times it's not necessarily whether the knife has a lockback or not. It's how you're using it will depend a lot more on how safe the knife is. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you this one here. I'm not trying to collect all Rough Riders that they make, but what I'm doing is, like, if they make a pattern of knives, they tend to have like a lady leg, a canoe, a toothpick, a stockman, maybe a sow belly trapper or something like that, a trapper, a muskrat, but they usually don't vary those patterns between those. They'll change the handle scales or the handle covers, but they'll stick with pretty much the same pattern, throughout. A medium one like this, instead of having a black widow spider on it, would have jig bone, but the blade shape and the pattern are going to be the same pretty much. And I'm looking for, just like this one. I had a medium. I had a small toothpick, I had a medium toothpick, and I had a large toothpick, but I didn't have a medium locking toothpick. And that's basically all it takes, and for me to try to get one. And then you run across gems every once in a while. The ones that, later on, I'm going to do a video where I pick out my favorite traditional patterns, but it's really hard for me to pick out a favorite because there's just so many that, the thing about traditional knives is, usually it's a knife with a blade for a task, like a set of chores that you're going after. Like this one's going to be good for skinning animals or something, and this one's good for carving and stuff like that. And you can just pick up a knife pretty much set up for what you think you're going to run into. But anyways, it's just so much fun collecting all the different patterns and shapes and everything. But there you go. I really like this Rough Ryder 204. Nice long, what they call kind of like a California clip blade or California drop point. Yeah, it's got a very nice blade shape to it, nice weight. This is the amber jig bone. Only weighs 3 ounces. And yeah, it's a winner. So thank you for watching, and have a nice day.